She is an inspiration to all who know her. Mabel Hackney Dixon has lived life to the fullest and has no plans of slowing down. At 101 years young, Miss Mabel is the oldest known living alumnus of Morehead State University, beginning college in 1925, completing student teaching, and then earning her Bachelor of Arts in 1932.
Morehead is a beautiful place, still is. We could go all over it. We had the same interest. We were interested in building Morehead, and everybody loved Morehead.
Miss Mabel is a native of Elliott County and attended a one-room schoolhouse in Fannin, just outside of Sandy Hook. Following graduation, Mabel traveled 120 miles by train to Berea Academy, a private high school governed by Berea College. While there, Mabel attended classes for 1 year and worked in a kitchen to pay for room, board, and books.
And my mother said, well, education is the most important thing we can ever give you. And she said, you decide to go to school and we'll send what we can to Berea.
Meanwhile, back in Elliott County, her father and mother, Jacob and Mary Susie, decided to move the family to Morehead. Mabel followed suit, transferring to Morehead State Normal School.
They always gave it the name Normal because most of us were teaching. If it were only the July school, July to September, then they knew we were teachers. And we had the teachers' organization, and the people they brought in to teach us were teachers. Really had good teachers, and they stayed there about their lifetime. Last time I was there, I just went through counting the different teachers that I knew so well.
Miss Mabel witnessed firsthand the beginnings of the Teachers College. At that time, there were only 4 buildings on campus, a dorm each for men and women, a chapel, and an administrative office. Mabel's brother Paul worked for several years on campus as a bricklayer.
My brother built most of the buildings on that campus. He was an expert builder.
All of Mabel's siblings attended Morehead State, including her older sister, Maud.
She became the first full-time nurse at Morehead. No one ever got higher praise for their ability than she did.
Athletics were already a part of MSU in the 1920s, including football. Mabel enjoyed the sport, but it did bring about some worry.
Well, I had a brother that was on the football team, and I was concerned about him for fear he'd get his head knocked off.
Miss Mabel still has her Morehead State yearbook from 1927, which was the first one ever published. Inside is a 22-year-old Mabel Hackney, an active member of the Foreign Language Club, the Rowan County Club, and a member of the school's first ever graduating class. Mabel also knew personally the very first president of Morehead State Teachers College, Dr. Frank C. Button.
He was a great man. He was really a skilled teacher. I thought he was one of the best teachers I had.
Another legendary name in Morehead State history is Dr. William Baird, who became the institution's 5th president in 1946. Mabel first met Dr. Baird when he was a faculty member and administrator at Berea College. And while the MSU community is familiar with his name, Miss Mabel knew the man.
He taught Bible, and he came in to us and he said, all right, boys and girls. I don't think there's a person here that would cheat on the Bible. Do you? No. Well, all right, I'm going to leave you here. And you're going to take the test, and when you're through, put your paper on my desk. And that'll be it. He lived on a little knoll. It was quite pretty. And he said, all of you come to my house, and I'll let you hear the radio. And we didn't know what we were talking about, but we went.
Mabel graduated from Morehead State Teachers College with a Bachelor of Arts in Education and taught school in nearby Elliotteville for 4 years. But in the early 1940s, during World War II, Mabel moved to Washington, D.C. to work for the Navy, where she inventoried ships. Then after the war, Mabel devoted her time to teaching veterans who wanted to earn their high school diplomas. Then in 1948, she began a 27-year teaching career at both Eastern High School in the nation's capital and Washington Lehigh in Arlington, where she taught English, assisted in drama productions, and was a faculty sponsor of the Student Government Association. Mabel retired from teaching in 1973. Mabel turns 102 years old on October 30th, which is, appropriately enough, homecoming day at Morehead State University. She continues to be a proud supporter of her alma mater, and even though she's lived in Washington, D.C. for more than 60 years, she insists that MSU will always be home.
Yeah, we love Morehead. In fact, if you talk to some of the boys, they want to always come back to Morehead.